What's up, guys? It's Takara here with Rocket Punch Army to do a smallish review of the MP-14 Alert, otherwise known as Red Alert. This is the Masterpiece version. However, there's something very significant about this figure here. Let's take a gander at the entire box. This happens to be the knockoff of MP-14 Red Alert. It's one of the more recent knockoffs of this mold. The first one being Sideswipe, and if you have a bunch of time to kill, you should check out my thorough comparison of the Takara Lamborghini Sideswipe with the knockoff. But I'm going to try and keep this one short since most of the information is already on the other one. Same thing, glossy packaging, slightly more glossy figure parts here. Very hard to distinguish on camera, but in person you will notice that the figure, logo, and car here are glossier than the rest of the box. This also does have the hologram, just like the Takara, a little bit different than the original. Those differences you'll see in the Lamborghini review also. Same stamp here, the little AF number. It looks like a little less vivid coloring on the box, at least in the one I have here. Another weird thing I caught was the fact that the reflection on the letters goes from up to down instead of side to side, which is kind of funny. But everything else is the same. It does show the Autobot logo on his chest here, whereas Lamborghini does not. So we're going to go ahead and open this so we can see the tray and the figure. See, it comes just like this. I don't have the original box here to compare it with. I do have the original figure, but I don't have the box and tray, but I'm pretty sure this is what the other one looks like. It'll have the same stampings here on the side. The only thing the original does not come with are the pile drivers and these other accessories here, which do come with the KO, believe it or not. Alright, so that's a nice addition. Not only are you getting a high quality figure of a more expensive figure, but you also get some extra bits that you don't get. So having this in hand, it has a very nice heft. It just feels really good. You guys will go on to see that I'm very impressed with the knockoff. If that's really what you're trying to find out, is if you should spend the 40 bucks on one of these, I sure as hell recommend it. But I do recommend watching the rest of the review just so you get a little more information before you go and spend your hard-earned money, okay? So it's got the weapons, it's got the little piece here, like where he goes crazy or whatever. I forgot what that's called. And little weapon here, and then a little blaster, the shoulder-mounted blaster here, all right, which are also part of the kit. Same thing, identical to the original, so no need to really go over those. What we do want to take a look at is the figure here. All right, so this is the vehicle mode. Very good. This one actually has better paint than the Lamborghini I had. It doesn't seem to have a lot of, if any, kind of things I can really complain about. It looks like this rear quarter panel is not as glossy as the rest, but I'm sure if I just, polish that with plastic polish that I have laying around, which works on paint, I'll get it nice and shiny. So no big deal. Same thing with this spoiler here. It's a little less glossy than the rest, but other than that, the paint, we'll try and shine it there in the light. It's actually really good. It's a little hard to get white to shine on camera, but there you go. I am very impressed with the tampo printing of the Autobot logo and the fire department here, which we'll see later is actually printed clearer on this than the original Takara, believe it or not. Otherwise, everything's the same, guys. I really can't, really tell you, this is worse than the other one. I really cannot at this point. You'll see the panel lines not worse than the Takara ones. I think, if anything, on my Takara ones, the panel gaps are worse. All right. I know the original may have black trim going around. We'll check that later, whereas the Lamborghini did not when compared to his knockoff. Yeah, I guess that's it for vehicle mode. Oh, before that, you will notice that it does say Lamborghini Contact, and I'll get up really close for you guys so you can check it out. All right, so you guys can see that, and of course the panel gap is going to look a lot bigger than it should. There you go, Lamborghini Thorough Contact. And in case you want to see the weapons attached to the vehicle mode, you just put them together like so, just as you would the original. And this goes on the top right in that hole, and voila, you have Red Alert vehicle mode with weapons. Now, Red Alert also does come with high quality instruction sheet here, and a nice little card which is scanned directly from the original, so it's not as super sharp as the original, but unfortunately I don't have the original to compare. But if we're going by what I saw with Sideswipe, yeah, you can expect sharpness difference. However, the actual instruction booklet, all the pictures are just as beautiful. It even has this little black and white piece here, promotional piece, I believe. Now, the only difference between this and the Lamborghini Sideswipe is that the pictures look scanned on these. They're not as sharp. As a matter of fact, the Sideswipe one, if you watch the video, guys, the instruction booklet was beautiful. The pictures were nice and sharp. So, moving along. So we're going to check out the robot mode. If you want to check out the transformation on these guys, check out all the other reviews I did on this mold. I'm going to save it on this video. No transformation here. But I will show you the comparisons in robot mode. Okay guys, so here we are side by side. Takara on the left, yes, Takara on left, Knockoff on the right. I have trouble distinguishing these guys a lot of times. As a matter of fact, I put the Knockoff in my display for a couple of days and didn't realize it. So yeah, so Takara left, Knockoff right. As you can see, identical. They're going to look identical. No one's going to know the difference unless they look really close. Okay, so I was telling you guys that there are a couple differences. The Lamborghini logo on the Takara is actually a little bit cleaner, actually a lot cleaner. And it's actually cleaner on this than my Takara Sideswipe. So we're going to take a look really close. So you see the Lamborghini logo. I mean, for you car guys, car nuts like me, you will know that's a Lamborghini logo. Even though you can't read it, you can't really see the shape of the bull. But you know it's a Lamborghini logo. If we look at the KO, where is he? They do their best to do something there. The shield is not really printed that great. However, on the KO Sideswipe, it's printed really good compared to the original. So I guess this is the opposite of what I've experienced with the, what do you call it, the Sideswipe. But you'll notice the fire department. You'll see the white and then the black outline. It's got like a little blurred vision thing going on there. The outline is not exactly on the white. That's the Takara one. Alright, so check that out for a second. And also check out the Autobot logo. Alright, and then check out the Knockoff. How perfect the outline is on the white paint. And also check out the Autobot logo. And you'll notice a black trim, very slight, around the headlamps. Whereas the Knockoff does not have the black trim around the headlamps. Now how about their faces? Here is the Takara, and another thing I want you guys to look at is the seam line on the head. Alright, there really is no seam, no space there. So take a look again here. Alright, and then off to the right here we got the Knockoff. Alright. So check out the differences. It seems like the Knockoff is actually a little more chiseled, but I think the eyes are pretty much the same. But you'll notice the top of the head does have the space on the top, which kind of kills it, but I think it's just a little piece of flash from the mold there going on, so I'm sure I can fix that. Not a big deal. Another minor difference is right here, the barrel seems to be a little chubbier on the Takara one on the rim. The lip seems to be a little thicker than the KO, which is thin rimmed here, but otherwise identical. Now I did want to show you the optional bits. It's really only got one here, which is the circuit trouble effect, which is you know, when he goes crazy or whatever. So we're going to pop that on. Kind of forgot how it goes. Oh, just like that. Just goes right over his ears. So it fits nice. Let's see if it fits on the original. Should, because the mold is pretty much identical. And there you go. It does fit. Alright, just as good. And now it did have parts that the original Red Alert did not come with, which is the pile driver and these other hammer type pieces. Don't know what that's called. So let's just check it out. just going to check out this one just so you guys see how the fitment is. The plastic is really nice. I mean, the plastic on these things is ridiculous. Definitely not knockoff quality plastics. These are definitely really good plastics. And you pop that on. Whoop. Keep dropping these things. Let's try that again. Not sure how that's supposed to go on, but alright, maybe seeing a fitment issue here. Never mind, just not pushing in hard enough. So there it is with that, which is a really cool part of this set, and again, not included with the original Red Alert. Now that's pretty much it for the paint apps. Otherwise, the paint apps are pretty much spot on with the original. The only thing is right at the ridge here, you'll see a little white area, kind of like it didn't spray all the way there. Not a problem on the Takara one. Alright, but that could just be mine. Plastics look like they're the same shade. I mean, the plastics just look the same. This is ridiculous. It's really hard to tell one from the other unless you know what you're looking for. But they both feel the same. They both weigh the same. They both feel solid. There's really nothing I can point out to say, oh, this makes it a lot cheaper quality than the other one. There's really nothing like that. They've done an excellent job. Which brings me to this. Which should you get? Again, I said it before. You know, I'm obviously, I wouldn't say a supporter, but you know, if you're going to look at it that way, the fact that I own a KO and that makes me a supporter, then I guess I am. But more than anything, just fascinated by you know, the fact that they can make something so exact, and it's just a little more fun, dare I say, to play with the KO, knowing that if I break it, I'm breaking a $40 toy as opposed to $100-something, whatever these go for, the originals now. So I actually have more fun with the KO. I would never just buy the KO unless it's something that's really impossible to get. I would always buy both. That way I can just have both, and it's fun making these comparison videos for you guys. So really good quality, guys. I said this before, for the Sideswipe, the plastics on the clear parts seem to be the same exact plastic, except the KO one seems to have less scuffs and seems to be a little bit more shiny. But I mean, just look at the paint apps. They're identical. This is ridiculous. But they are, if you look really close, and it's very hard, unless like you're literally looking at it with a microscope, to tell that you know, that these aren't from the same mold. They are not. So I will tell you that, but you'd be hard pressed to know that just by looking at them. So don't think that by me saying they are different molds that there's different. I'm sure you can take parts off of this and pop it onto that with absolutely no problem. I mean, that's how exact they are. Yeah, so I mean, it's up to you guys. You know, I can't tell you which one to get. I will say that if you can't afford buying this one, this would be a no-brainer because it's the same freaking quality from what I can tell. So unless there's some crappy ones out there and I just lucked out with two figures, you know, I gotta say these are perfect. And I don't know if you have any questions or comments. You know, a lot of the stuff I may be missing here I talked about in the Sideswipe review, so check that out. But yeah, anything else, leave it below. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.